Y'all, welcome back to another episode of Intellectual Dopeness.
Awakening Minds from Hypnosis.
And you guys, we are out here at the beach just relaxing, getting these sun rays in, it's melanin kicking.
Soaking it all in.
Okay, and we were just sitting around, we were talking about, some things that we were seeing on social media that's been trending about the students that were graduating at Bethune-Cookman. And, they pretty much were protesting against Betsy DeVoe, which, we were just talking about how kind of empowering really it was to see, because it's kind of enlightened us to see, people are not taking shit. Like, they're like, you know what, we don't believe in what you believe in. We did not choose you to represent us. And so, we're not standing for that. And so they stood for something. It's like, like we said in the last episode, you got to stand for something or fall for anything. You know what I mean? And so it was beautiful to see the students, enlightened. And that's the age that we're in, the age of enlightenment, the age of the Aquarius, where we're seeing the reality and we are just awakening from the matrix. So that's pretty much what we're talking today. You know what I mean?
Right. And, for me, it's like, it lets you know that people are aware, of what's going on. And first of all, how dare you have this woman come speak on education, but she doesn't know a damn thing about education. The only reason why she is the head of board of education is because of all the money that her family has donated to the Republican Party. And since she has been the head of education, more public schools are on lists to be closed down. So it's like, what are you really doing? And then you have the audacity to come talking like the speech was good. I give it to her. It lets you know, they'll put on that fake phony role, like they're really doing something. And in reality, you don't care. As we speak, there's schools being closed down, programs, extracurricular programs being taken away left and right.
Exactly.
So we have to, we've had a whole episode on education, and unfortunately, since that episode, things have obviously only gotten worse, but it just lets you know that we have to take it upon ourselves to really educate our children and stop allowing ourselves, and educate ourselves, stop allowing ourselves to take in all this bull crap that we know doesn't serve us. And that's why it was so empowering to see them kids be like, nah, forget what you're talking about, because they already know that you don't even serve or stand the purpose for what you're speaking on.
Right. And, with, colleges being such a, the institutions that they represent and the ideologies that they impose on the students, those are like, that's where you go and you get conditioned, to get into these fraternities and these sororities, and they impress this type of mentality on you that you are supposed to be subservient to, the next level as far as a hierarchy when it comes to, the corporate world. And so they prepare you for that idealism as far as how you have to bow down to somebody. You know what I'm saying? And that's what they prepare you for. So to see these students that go to this college and they're like, no, they're rebelling because they know that, they're starting to see that, America, this facade that they put in front of our eyes is no longer, it's not what they portray it to be anymore. And so it's becoming more and more, obvious to the masses of people, and the students are waking up and they're saying, no, we're not taking this shit no more, and so I really enjoy it. I really enjoy watching it.
And, another thing, it lets you know that also it's like we can't keep putting our lives in the hands of these systems. It's really time that we come together and we really build our own networks of people, build our own system. The only way we can really get past this is to completely destruct it or build something new, start fresh, and really start getting in touch with our own communities, find out what programs are going on, create programs that can go on in our communities. And that's one thing that we're actually in the process of working on. We're working on creating a network so people can know what people are doing in their areas, so you are able to get in touch with those people and you can shop with those people, you can network with those people, you can build and brand with those people. And it's helping to build and establish our own, I feel like the main goal ultimately would be to get off of a system that involves money, period. That's what I would ultimately like to see. But it's baby steps, and I feel like the first step to that is really finding the people in your community that you can build with. And we see the awakening happening, and that's why they put all this bullshit in the news, because they want us to think that it's not happening, but it's going down everywhere in the United States. People are waking up, and all of the bullcrap in the news, I feel like it's adding more fuel to the fire and allowing more people to be like, dang, this is really how it is. It's really going on. So it's like it's kind of helping the process instead of hurting it. So we need to know that we have more power and more control than we think we do. Simply by putting out a positive thought, you are helping to raise the consciousness of everything around you. So let's get back in touch with that. Let's get in touch with our power, and continue to fight back, continue to raise our voice, continue to make our voice known.
Exactly, and that's true, because that was one word, the power, that we almost give our power away, to our power to educate ourselves, and our power to pass our own truth and education down to our own children.
Exactly.
Like we send our children to these schools and we give them the power, so it's like, we have to rearrange our lives so that way we, like you were saying, not be so dependent on that system. But the fact that we wake our kids up and we program them, and we allow them to follow along with that continued system, and so we can reflect back on our own personal situations that we had in school and can kind of see how the school system ain't all it's cracked up to be,
and it's only getting worse.
And exactly, and so at the end of the day, we have to be able to see, like, those students were able to see, like, we are standing for something, and hopefully those are the students that change something, because they can look back and see, what, I was in school, I graduated, but in reality, and the economy and the setup and everything, when they graduate, a lot of these people are coming out of school and they're realizing, like, okay, well, damn, I'm overqualified for all these positions that I'm trying to apply for, and then they're working in some, occupation that doesn't even, it doesn't represent what they even went to school for.
And you still owe all that money back to the federal.
Yeah, the next thing you're in debt, and you're working your whole life after college to pay off the debt that you made from going to school. You know what I mean? So it's like, I'm not trying to steer people away from education, because it's not about education. It's just about giving your power away by letting someone educate you that does not have the best interest as far as what they want you to learn. They're teaching you a slave mentality.
Exactly. Now, if you're going to school for something that is your passion, that is your dream, that is something that you can't stop thinking about, and you really, really love that, that's a different situation. Follow that, pursue that. But just to be going to school because you feel like that's what you're supposed to do, no, what you're supposed to do is follow your own passion and your own dream, and so you don't have to worry about working for somebody else, so you can work for yourself. And the only way that we can do that is if we get in touch with who we are.
Exactly.
And what we want and what we represent and what serves us and what doesn't serve us. What do I like, what do I don't like, what vibes with me, what doesn't vibe with me. We have to really take the time to get in touch with ourselves and learn ourselves, so that way we can actually live the life that best serves us and the purpose that we're trying to put out here.
Exactly. And so just know that you're not alone out here as far as being enlightened and being awakened. I feel like people are discouraged almost, because they understand that people are so, just conditioned, and they're victims to the society, you know what I'm saying?
And it's sad, because it's like people are so conditioned to the point where I see a lot of people making fun and making jokes of people that are woke. And unfortunately, that is just so disturbing to me, because you obviously have not a freaking clue in the world what is really going on out here. And instead of really trying to figure it out, you cracking jokes on people who are. Now, to me, that's coming from a low vibrational point, but at the same time, I understand that it's polarity, and not everybody is meant to make it to the next level or to even want to know about the next level. So it's all good, but don't knock somebody else because of the path that they're choosing to make and because of the voice that they're trying to stand for.
Exactly. So where I was going with that was, like, just with, as far as being able to look out into the world and see that, you know, don't feel that you out here alone. Like, you know, you can empower yourself to speak up and speak your truth, and be able to see that, you know what, maybe what I was taught is not necessarily all that the world has to offer, because the world is infinite, and a lot of things, you know, we grow up with these different ideologies. And so, you know, now that we're starting to see, just like something as simple as Donald Trump being the president, Betsy DeVos being the head of education, not even having any experience, you know, it's being able to look and see, like, what is this nation really built off of, and what are all these beliefs, and why do we have all this patriotism for a country that does not, you know, stand up for the people. It's not the melting pot anymore. It's not the place where you go to live freely, because now we're starting to have situations where we're having, you know, martial law in certain areas. You got tanks riding down Chicago streets, and this is not what we've ever experienced for in our, and, you know, as far as our past, that, you know, in our generation at least, you know, I can't remember a time where we knew of tanks riding up streets, even though that probably was going on, but it wasn't, you know, widely known, and it wasn't so prevalent like it is today.
Right.
Exactly. You know, so, you know, like, I feel like we pretty much want to, you know, just empower everybody to, and just, you know, put a magnifying glass on the fact that, yes, this is the age of enlightenment. People are waking up. The students are saying, no, we're standing for something. We're not, you know, at the end of the day, we didn't put these people into these positions, and they're playing these roles, but nobody wants them playing these roles. So that has to make you question yourself, like, where is the real freedom in that? You feel me? So that's pretty much how I feel about that, you know?
Exactly. I feel like, you know, it's time to really just dig deeper, you know, build networks, dig deeper, ask questions, start standing up for something, you know what I mean? If you don't like it, stand up for it, raise your voice, let it be known, and get with like minds, and, you know, see the vision and execute, because we have the power to make this what we wanted to, but we've just given it. It's crazy that we've given all of our power away to less than 1%, or just about 1% of the world, and we make up the other 99. So you gonna tell me we ain't got the power to make this shit happen? I beg to differ.
Right.
So, I mean, get with your people, find your tribe, you know, raise your voice, love, and do what makes you happy.
Yeah. Yeah, and on that note, peace and love. Thank you guys for tuning in, and check in with us on the next episode.